we want to talk today about a really important subject. Life is so much up and down. It's difficult to maintain balance and harmony. It might be worth clarifying what means to be out of harmony, to be imbalanced. And it may also be good to clarify what is life for most of us. I'd just like to clarify that the talks that are held here are not lectures. They are vital for us to be able to change something in our life. Thus, it is neither philosophical nor is it dogmatic. And it's delivered, it's evolving. Right now, without having prepared it either in the head or on notes. Thus, it's spontaneous. But spontaneity is only possible. Spontaneity, meaning presence, is only possible from being balanced and being harmonious. Otherwise, it's not possible. Most of us, our life is about reminiscing about our past and mostly in regret why we didn't do something at that particular time, because the outcome now of what I chose is not so good. And others are focused so much into the future that they don't enjoy, respect, honor what is happening now. And that's really, really sad, because time doesn't come back. I waste my time in the past, and anyone who's seen a few years and has reflected will for sure see that what I plan now does not materialize like I want it to. And if you, in case you haven't seen this, then it's time that you do. Otherwise, life will be spent and I will go from this world unhappy, suffering and unhappy. So it's an important subject. How can I live in harmony with myself and thus with the people around me? We'll have to give it an inclination towards our yoga practice, because it's nothing but an instrument, a way, means for the achievement of balance. The funny thing about, I said achievement. You achieve it and it's lost. In a few minutes, in a few hours, it's lost. In a few days, there isn't anything possible but to be there and to understand that it's gone and that I am swept off my feet into a turmoil. If I'm not present, I don't realize that everyone else is living like this. So do I. I don't realize that it's possible, that balance is possible. That's why when you practice yoga, and I don't just mean do a 5-day course, because there you've just learnt a few tricks which have not really set in. But to have experienced a state of consciousness that is free from turmoil, experienced only when that experience is there, experience of balance and harmony, only then am I sensitive to when there is trouble. Otherwise, I think this is life. The experience of both imbalance and balance has to be there for me to be able to say, enough of this, enough. I want to live happy. Because we say turmoil, we say trouble, Problems? Yes, I created them. They didn't come from nowhere. My consciousness, as it is, invites either good or bad. How I am, meaning my state of being, is like an antenna. It's inviting good and it's inviting bad depending on how I have tuned my antenna. Please, I'm not an orator. I am just passionate. This has been my subject, this, for the last 40 years. And I've done nothing else but to explore what we're talking about. So it's a passion. The moment I understand that I am inviting my own trouble, but not, please, on an intellectual level, but truly. I'm happy, I'm peaceful. I go out and it seems the world is smiling at me. I go out, I'm angry, I'm upset, I am involved with some unpleasant stuff. I go out like that and the world seems bleak. Everyone seems to be imbalanced, unhappy. I see what I feel, what I am. I see that. Please try it. I make my world. It doesn't just appear. All my problems, I made them. And if I spend my life and I couldn't see this, I am always blaming the outside things for my sorrow, for my suffering, pointing my finger to the outer situations, other people, my whole life. If only my husband was not like this, I would be happy. If only my neighbor, because funnily enough, that's the one, the nearest one, which is causing the problems. That's why I am angry, I am this. And I build my story around it. Were I not to believe this story, it would help. I make my story and I believe in it. So I am in that state. Papaji that's a disciple of Ramana Maharshi. He used to say, life is a drama. If you start to think you are this character, you're in trouble. Get out of the trouble. And be equanimous. It's another word for balance and harmony. If you're stuck somewhere, you can't see the light. You have to get out of it. How simple. That's why it's imperative, even if we don't practice yoga, we do something which makes me more present. More present. When I am in the past or the future and I'm stuck in it, that's the reality for me. If I can be present, watching myself as not stuck to that particular thought that is coming, if I can detach, I've done it. Thus, whatever practice I choose, has to bring me to a state of restfulness in myself. And you know, restfulness is impossible without recognizing unrest. Unrest, continuous bubbling, bubbling, bubbling. To have distance, to learn what is rest and what is non-rest. Without this, I'm just tossed around. Most of the time I feel bad when I'm tossed around, especially by people. And I go further and further down because of that. Life is evolution. Going downhill, going down is what most of the population does. As soon as they get to 40, they are frequently visiting hospital. Statistics. Is that necessary? Yet, it is considered to be the norm. Oh, now I'm getting old. Means tick mark. Whatever is happening to me, okay, I'm getting old. So like this, I keep saying okay to all the, shall I call it nonsense? Which I call life. If there is a dialogue going on in your head, about what the speaker is saying, then you are not present. That's how we are in life. Something happens and there is judgment upon it. Oh, this is good. This I like. Oh, something happens. Oh, this no good. We are passing comments in our head. That's judgment. Sit down, be quiet, listen. Maybe something will change in your life with some realization. All the books will tell you the same thing. So the speaker is not saying something original, but being passionate, the speaker is exchanging energy with you. Be present. It's not about picking up something new. It's about realizing the old. Realizing old patterns, old states of mind. When I'm present, I see, oh yes, it's a pattern. This kind of thinking is something I live in consistently. I may get diverted for a while. I go to a party, I'm diverted a little bit. Or I meet some nice people, but then I'm back into my old cycles. And because I am not happy, and this also one must recognize, because I'm not happy, obviously it's those patterns that are the reason, the cause. And the question is, does practice of being present and not allowing myself to hear that through, same old thing, hear that through, is necessary? I have to catch it. Indeed, red-handed. While it is doing its spell on me. Easier said than done. I'm in its grasp. Is it possible? When I'm in the grasp of something, enslaved by something, we are saying, is it possible to be free? Yes, I have to catch whatever is, I am a slave of, whatever is got a hold on me. I have to catch it while it is happening, like catching a thief red-handed. Otherwise, the thief is always in denial. For that, you have to have a spiritual practice, any, which gives you that freedom to become aware of your revolving around a certain set of conditioning. Conditioning is all my evaluation of the past. That evaluation is based on my likes and my dislikes. I like something, conclusion, that's good. I don't like something, conclusion, keep away. Thus, when it reappears, I know that is our conditioning. Thus, conditioned, is it possible by remaining present to catch it? To catch the play of the past into the present. Is it possible? Our yoga practice makes us subtle in our consciousness, subtle, sharp, and give us the ability to sit back to watch. That is what is taught daily. When there is a sense of well-being, please, I come back. When I feel a sense of well-being, only then do I have the energy, do I have the patience, shall I say time, to devote to this observation. Yes, indeed. I have to be prepared like that. That preparation is our yoga practice. It is a practice to deal with our life. Otherwise, it carries on unabated, causing more and more suffering, throwing us out of balance, and creating havoc, which we accept as life. What happens to us is written on our face. It's written on our body. Whatever has happened to us is written. In the same way, as the time you were born, the date you were born, the month you were born, it's called astrology. Everything of our past is written. When I come along, present, to be in my body, I uncover, I am able to see, actually see, and establish enough restfulness in myself to accept it. Seeing is half the thing. Accepting it as this is me. Don't forget, my mind is constantly putting this responsibility on others, on situations. Please don't forget. This is the mind. And to truly accept the situation is untangling from that ridiculous tape, or no, shall I call it a record? You know, in the old times they had records, and if you got a scratch on it, you would jump back to the same thing again, and then jump back again and jump back again. It doesn't play fully. It just keeps going on the same. That is the mind. Ridiculous. But that is what it is. And my whole life I let it happen. I let it play. And it puts me thus in a certain frame of consciousness. And again, and again, and again. It's so easy to detect. But that is detecting. What happens? Mind comes in and says, gives all kinds of plausible reasons for it. And I'm happy to go only up to there. And again I have been fooled. And I allow myself to be fooled all my life. It's time to do something about it. Were it to stop at the level of my body, my presence in my body, were it to stop there, not very useful. My presence has to incorporate my mind. It has to give me a feedback on energy level, kind of energy that is playing. Then it's a tool. Then yoga is a tool. Then anything, Tai Chi is a tool. And there are so many others. Tools, as far as I'm concerned, to bring balance and harmony.